Hi there, it's Lori, and this is my Tackle It Tuesday. Here's where we're beginning. Hopefully, we'll actually have it tackled by Friday. You saw the design yesterday. If you saw my video yesterday, I'll link it below where I designed this blanket. You can see I've come a lot further than I was before. I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook, and it's my own design, and of course, I made it difficult for myself. But I did go ahead and do those nostrils of the pig colored, but I am going to actually show you my process that I'm using for this with the connected double crochets and then the popcorns along the edges to give definition to the animal's features. But anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Well, you'll see my hands. Oh, and I just wanted to mention this purple really stayed, even though I used kind of a strong shampoo the other day, it stayed truly purple. So something about this formula in the tube from Target, even though it's the same brand I always use, it being in the tube, it's a different formulation. So I like it. I would definitely do that again. I wonder if they carry the tubes on Overtone's website. Anyway, you'll see my hands in a minute. Okay, here's the pig. I'm going to show you my process. I'm not actually chaining one at the end. I did turn. I will zoom in as well. So what I am doing is I'm going and drawing up a loop. Again, I did not chain. I'm going to pull through like a single crochet, and I'm going to go through the legs, or just through the front leg. I like the way that looks better. Okay, now the connected double crochet. So that's my first double crochet. Just through that loop, pull it through, and go in the next stitch, pull it through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. What I want you to see is that as that goes, we actually have one leg kind of over in this other stitch. So again, you don't get as much of a hole or gap as you would with the traditional double crochet. So I'm going to do this really quick because I know how many stitches I need to do. I'm going according to my graph, which when I'm finished will be available to anyone that wants to use it however they want. This is just how I'm using it. Oh, also, I'm using stitch markers every 10. Okay, now I did not change colors by pulling through that loop. Normally you would do that on the edge, but I'm finding that with this technique, I don't need to do that quite as much, especially because this is going to be a popcorn stitch because it's on the edge. And for this, I'm doing traditional double crochets, and 4 of them. Okay, and then through the front, because I'm on the front, pull that loop through. All right. Now, the popcorn stitches, I found that going through a back loop here, I'm just leaving that yarn there, and pull up a loop, and then into the next stitch. Okay, so this is why I have these stitch markers at the 10s, because I definitely missed a stitch somewhere. that's right. All right. Should be the stitch before. So it's in that stitch. All right. Okay. Should be in here. Okay. So everything was right. I just miscounted between. All right. And for the popcorns, I'm doing a connected for the first stitch. Let me pull that down. And then bobbing it up. But then the rest I just do regular, and I'm only doing 4 double crochets. One more. And again, I'm going to pull this blue down. This is this blue over here. My popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the front. Pull down. All right. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to clip this on. The front. And then I'm going to continue on. And I know I was going really fast, but I'm going to continue on with the double crochets. Again, I'm not pulling it through the top here like I would in a normal, like if these were double crochets. It just looks a little strange, but doing it connected, kind of coming in this back loop, and I'll zoom in there. And then coming up here, it kind of helps pull that stitch together, and it doesn't look so strange to have that pink on the top there. Put that in here. All right, so I should show you that one more time. Through that front leg, this is different than Nastasia's shows, so it gives a different look. It looks more like a little waistcoat stitch here. But it's a little different. So I go through that front leg, pull up a loop, and go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then do a regular US terms double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row off camera. Actually, I'm going to come back when I'm to the cow. Okay, I'm to the cow, and we're always going to start how I designed the pattern is the edges are always popcorn stitches. And again, I do the first one as a connected. So I'm going to show that closely again. Keep pulling that loop down tight so that it doesn't get really loose, because that will happen. So I yarn over and pull through. Now I go into the next stitch. So that stitch is there, so I go right here. I don't want to get that yarn in the way. That's going to get left over there. Yarn over, pull through. Caught on something. Oh, I see what I did. Get under that. The yarn split a little bit. And sorry about the squeaky resin hook with this particular yarn. All right. So that one's connected, but the rest I'm going to do 3 more US double crochets in there. And in the front, because I'm on the front, I pull down. I don't want to pull down so tight I don't see that loop. But, and then that blue yarn stays there. I've already clipped it. Blue yarn stays there. Again, I go in the back. Just find a loop toward the back. Yarn over. Pull loop through there, then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now do your double crochet. All right, the rest of this is just those connected double crochets. So I am going to be quiet. Too slippy for me. Switching over to the blue, well, blue variegated, and the rest of the way will be this blue color. I'll show you this. Here, I believe this is the 10th stitch, so I'm going to just stop there. So this is the snout. These are the nostrils of the cow. So again, the edgings are to define the different parts. I'm using popcorns, the edge of the spots and the nostrils. It's popcorns. 4 double crochets. I'm putting a double crochet between. I tried to have odd numbers of, I mean, the shaping is not perfect. I may go through and do some stitching to make that look a little more round for those nostrils, but it's very cute so far. And that's my process. And hopefully by Friday, you will be seeing this as a completed project.